It's a situation I guess most of us have found ourselves in, haven't we? We've just settled down at the seaside. We've just braved getting into that freezing cold British water and started to feel that moment of, actually, it's not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad. I quite like this.
Abroad.
And then someone, either you or one of your children, needs a wee.
Needs a wee, right. So do you start the long search for a public toilet, which is in the pub over there somewhere? There might be a massive queue. Or do you just take a quick wee in the sea? That's what we're asking this morning. For Hollywood star Hugh Jackman, there's a pretty straightforward, easy answer.
Oh, 100%. I mean, if the fish do it, what's wrong with us doing it? That, as a kid, not now, never. Never. But, you know, when you're out there surfing, it's a long way to go back to.
Well, we're now joined by, frankly, anything Hugh Jackman does has got to be a seal of approval, hasn't it?
Look at that.
Certainly thinks so. You believe that you do more damage to the sea when you go in it with suntan lotion than when you have a little wee. And Kerry Katona, who says, we are polluting the sea, enough as it is, for goodness sake, go and use a toilet. Now, Nick, are you prepared to admit that you've done this yourself?
I am prepared, Kate. I've done it loads of times. I might not do it today because it's so far away in the sea, but there's nothing wrong with it because urine is 95% water, 5% salt, and it's completely neutral. So it's not alkaline or acid. It's fine. And fish pee in it, and if it's good enough for Hugh Jackman, it's good enough for me and everyone else.
Well, I think that debate's over. Thanks very much.
It's not joining us. Kerry Katona.
Debate sorted, Kerry. Apparently it's absolutely fine. What's your problem?
Absolutely not. Putting suntan lotion... I would not want you to come and wee on me. So putting suntan lotion on somebody else is completely different. So let's say let me tell you a story, right? I have peed in somebody else's territory once, and it's not good. I went to the zoo when I was 3, and my mum made me pee near the lion cage because it was too far away from the toilets. The lion came over, turned around, and sprayed all over me. Wow. I don't want a big shark or a fish coming and peeing all over me.
Kerry,
and I love eating fish. I don't want to know someone's peed all over this fish that I'm eating.
Kerry, listen, and Nick, you know I like to do a lot of research into every subject we do. And I've done my fact-finding, and I can reassure you, Kerry, that there has been a large-scale scientific study of whether sharks are attracted to urine, and apparently they're not. That has been scientifically proved. They studied it for a long time. So you don't have to worry about sharks. That isn't a problem. Are you concerned about the effect on the environment?
What I'm more concerned about is watching, it keeps cutting out, sorry, is say my little girl is in the sea swimming and then someone stood next to her and starts peeing. I think that is really, really dirty and disgusting. I mean, we're polluting the world as it is. We're polluting our oceans as it is. Going in there...
Keep going. Don't worry. You finished, Kerry.
We're polluting the world as it is. And then going in the sea and having a pee when it takes you 2 minutes to go over and have a wee in a toilet, 2 minutes to go and do. Don't get me wrong, Nick, I've done it as a kid. But as an adult, it's something that I really frown upon. I don't want to be in the sea and having someone stood next to me having a pee.
It's just
disgusting.
It's lazy, Nick. Nick, it's lazy and it's dirty.
Oh, well, listen.
Yes,
I don't think it's lazy. I don't think it's dirty. I think it's actually something that you do because you actually are caught in a situation, or actually it could be really, really cold and it warms you up for a few seconds. But the main thing is it is completely harmless, and the sea is full of pee from other fish and organisms. You know, there's worse things I said before. You know, things like suntan lotion, all the micro things. If you look at surface against sewage. I'm not adding to it because it's completely neutral.
You might as well just go have a big dump in there, then.
The sea is a fine place to pee. Well, no, I wouldn't do that, though, Kerry. I wouldn't go that far. And obviously, if it is, I would never go and pee near children. And also, I think one of the most important things from an environmental point of view is not to do it near coral because it can erode it, as we know. But actually, it's proven to see that... I'm no David Attenborough, but I have done research, just like Kate, that it is actually harmless to do it. And I think most of the nation, in fact, everybody does it.
At some point in their life. That's your argument. OK, Nick, what about the argument that unlike fish and sea animals, we have traces of drugs like antibiotics and other things
Yes.
In our urine that actually would change the environment of the sea.
Yeah, I've sort of been reading up on that, and I completely see that. But obviously, because of the mass of the sea and the actual sort of scale of it, everything is diluted in such a massive way that there really isn't a problem from that point of view. I know that places like Koh Samui, and I know where the beach was filmed, they had to close that down because of all the amount of people who were peeing in it because of potentially eroding the coral. But I think we're fine, Kate. I'm sure we're fine. I mean, Kerry, what do you think?
No, we're not. You're completely contradicting yourself. You're completely I am. I'm going to find you and I'm going to come and kill you and have a big dump and pee in that sea right behind you. That's what I'm going to go and do. And then I'm going to make you go and swim in it.
Wow.
I think it's wrong. It's dirty. It's disgusting. It's like going into a communal toilet, having a pee, then not washing your hands. Instead of washing your hands in the sink, go in the toilet next to somebody who's just had a wee in there and wash your hands in that. That's exactly as what you're doing when you're going for a pee in the sea.
Well, I tell you what we do
Twitter,
know. We
didn't
know that you two are not going on holiday together. I can see that. We have been running a Twitter poll, haven't we?
No.
Yes, thank you to both of you. It says, is it wrong to wee in the sea? 26% said yes, it is wrong. And I'm afraid, Kerry, 74% of people think it's not wrong to wee in the sea. But can I just say, Nigel on Twitter says that peeing in the sea can be very painful in the Caribbean, as there's a very small barbed fish that likes to swim up warm streams of water. The fish has caught out many swimmers.
Oh, my goodness.
Because the warmth that Sean was saying was good for you in a wetsuit.
That means Kerry and I... Kerry and I are going to have to cancel our trip to Barbados now, unfortunately, because we were going to go there. But if there's going to be that happening...
Thank you,
Nick,
both of you.
you can put suntan lotion on me and I'll put pee all over you.
Well, on that
that image.
Thank you very much.
On that great image.
Indeed.